Assalamualaikum. Dear students, today we are going to talk about stressed and unstressed syllables. What do we call stress? It is actually putting emphasis on the syllable of of a word. And what do we call syllables? So about that I will introduce with its one of the derivation, and that we call syllabication. Syllabication is dividing the word into parts. Okay ji, right. So what do we call stress? As you can see, it is written over here. Syllables in English words don't all have the same level of loudness. Some are loud, some are short and quiet, some are in between. English has 3 levels of stress. So basically, what do we consider? Like what is said over here? Syllables in English words don't all have the same level of loudness, and on this basis, there we are having 3 levels of stress. Right? Okay, G. First, we call primary stress the loudest syllable in the word. In one syllable words, that one syllable has the primary stress. Right. If a word consists of a single syllable, so it must have or it must be produced as louder comparatively the word with 2 syllables, and this stress we call primary stress. Primary stress is marked in dictionary by putting a raised vertical line. Okay ji, as you can see it over here, this is like when we have to put stress on a syllable, and when we have to mark it, so it is like putting a raised vertical line at the beginning of the syllable. You need to remember this as well. Now, secondary stress. Syllables which are not completely unstressed but are not as loud as primary stress. Secondary stress is marked with a lower vertical line. Okay ji, like about the loudest syllables, we said that whenever we will find a word with a single syllable and a word that would be having only syllable, so of course we produce that syllable as loudly. Right, and we have to put primary stress on that, or like we have to put on primary stress on that syllable. Okay ji, how we will indicate it, you know this symbol now. About the secondary stress, we are saying that it is not silent, it is not it is not stressed and not even completely unstressed. Okay, right? Completely unstressed even can be taken as as silent, but still we have to put on we have to produce that sound, but we are not putting stress on it. Right. So let's come back. We need to repeat this line. The secondary stress, syllables which are not completely unstressed but are not as loud as the primary stress. Secondary stress is marked with the lower vertical line at the beginning of the syllable in a dictionary. Like the way about the primary stress, we said that we have to indicate it with through this symbol, and we have to use it at the beginning of the syllable. Similarly, we have to indicate the secondary stress in this way, like where we will have the lower vertical line at the beginning of the syllables. Here we are having examples. First is enough, and another one is photograph. So like we are putting stress on a first syllable, and we are putting on, like in case of enough, we are putting on so in both of these we are putting on primary stress on both of these words, enough and photograph. Okay ji, we are having these 2 important points further. A word can only have one stress. In a very long word, you can have a secondary stress, but it's always a much smaller stress. In a long word, you can have, right, Okay, like a word can have only and only a single stress, or we will say one stress. In a very long word you can have a secondary stress, but that is always much smaller one, right? Okay, like each word must have a single stress, right? Or they can only have one stress. Next is, if we have to put on stress on that syllable, that must be on the like all must be in that syllable, and we have to put stress on the vowels, because only vowels are stressed, not consonants. So this is these 2 points are very important. Now let's come towards its rules. Right. Word stress rules. Two syllable nouns and adjective. Let's consider a word that we are having with like its function. It function as a noun, or the word, if we will consider its parts of the speech, so it would be used, it would have been used as a noun. So like we are talking about the nouns, and we are talking about the word, we are discussing it with through words stress rules. Okay, if in the noun we are having two syllables, and even in adjective we are having two syllables, so in these cases, what do we have? We have to put stress on first syllable, because the first syllable takes on the, yeah, okay G. G, the first syllable takes on the stress. Now we are having examples over here. Samples, noun, right? Two syllables we are having. Some, and another one is pulse, samples. So the stress is placed on the first one. Always remember, we will be whenever we will be having noun and we will be having two syllables, so of course we have to put stress on a single, the first one, sorry. Now cartoon. So cartoon, you need to know that this again we are having noun, and we are putting stress on the first one. In another one, purple, it's a color, and we are considering it as a noun, purple. Okay, so it is again the stress has been placed on the first one, not the second syllable. Rainy, so rainy is again like this word, like it is used as an adjective. The day has been described, and we are not using it as a noun, well, whatsoever, but like the stress has been placed on first one. China, again noun. So China, like this word, the stress has been placed on first syllable. And then happy, again the stress has been placed on first syllable. Two syllables, verbs and prepositions. Okay G, in earlier one we talked about the when we have to put stress on like when we will be having noun with two syllables, when we will be having adjective with two syllables. So always remember the stress would be placed on first one. But now in case of verbs and prepositions with the two syllables, so the stress is on the second syllable. Relax. So like as you can see, it has been capitalized, showing that the another one, the second syllable has been stressed, and which is of course verb. Receive, deceive. So like this term, if we divide it into syllable, the first one and second syllable, see syllable, if we have to divide syllable, we have to make sure that it must have a vowel in it. So you can see the second syllable, and in that we are having like the stressed on the second one. Right. Now direct. As you can see, like the stress has been again placed on the second one, and this we have used as, this is this, we are having verb. Among is showing a separate syllable even, and among another one, the later part, the rest of the part is this we have the second syllable, and the stress has been placed on the second one. Similarly, aside. So this is preposition, and again the stress has been placed on the second one. Between, so Similarly, the stress has been placed on second one. Words ending in er and ly. For three syllable words ending with the suffixes e or ly, like if we are having the suffixes, right, like in three syllable words, if it ends with these two suffixes, these are er or ly, the stress is placed on the first one, right. Usually when it comes to ly, we take it as an adverb, but still let's generally consider it as a suffix we are talking about, right. And like earlier, we have to also consider that we are talking about three syllable words, right. Trisyllabic we call it. Like two syllable words we call it disyllabic, the monosyllabic with one syllable. So like we are over here talking about three syllable words, and if we are having er in the end and we are having ly at the end, so definitely the stress would be put on the first syllable. Orderly, silently, lovingly, manager, gardener, easier. Okay, ji. Right. Words ending in consonants and in y. If we have the syllable end, like at the end of that syllable we are having consonant, or if we are having y in it, so what we have to do, if there's a word that ends in a consonant or in a y, then the first syllable usually gets the stress. Like we are talking, like up till now we are only and only just we have to consider the like usually we put stress on the first syllable, and we are talking about its rules. Yeah, in only case, the only case on which we have to put stress on the second one is the is this like when we will be having two syllable verbs and preposition, so then the stress will be placed on second syllable, right. Clarity, qualify, gradient, generous. So like in these all the words, if it ends with if it has been ended with y or any consonant, so like this stress has been placed on first one. G. So what we have to note down, let's see, there are many two syllable words in English that can be pronounced in two different ways. The stress change also changes the parts of speech of the word, right. We are having these two examples given, right. Present, present as okay, right. Okay, so in the first one, present, which we consider as give, and this has been used as noun and adjective. So we can see, we already have studied that we have to put emphasis on the first syllable. Now another one, present, like to give something, and to give something to someone, this we have used as verb. Object, again placed emphasis has been placed, or the stress has been placed on the first syllable, not the second one. Object, so this is showing to disagree with something, and this we have used as word. Use a dictionary to find word stress in the following word. Okay, Ji. Okay, Ji. So use a dictionary to find word stress in the following words. Media. Media, it is used as noun, so we have to put stress on the first syllable, that is me, right. Then the next one, we are having bacteria. So again two syllabic word, and then we are having noun. It has been used as a noun. So like we have to put stress on the first one. Ingredient. again noun, and we have to put stress on the first one. Patient, this over here has been used, can be used as an adjective, noun, so like in both the cases we have to put stress on the first one. Ancient, again with that we have used as a noun and adjective both. In both the cases we have to put stress on the first syllable, and that is like e and n. So mysterious, again we are having it as an adjective, or like only adjective, we are not using as it as a noun, so we have to put stress on the first one. That's all for this video. Thank you class.